Hello again, people. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the states of New Mexico and Hawaii. This is our preview, our weekly preview of all the properties going live on the website for tomorrow, Friday, March 27th, 2020. Before I get to that, we went back to normal this week with a whole bunch of sales, so I want to thank all the people who helped us with that, all the people who elected to do business with us and gave us their hard-earned money. That list includes Audrey and Nicole, both of whom bought land from us in Hawaii, and Thomas and Carolyn, who swooped in and scooped it up. The new 5-acre Socorro property. We listed it last Friday. We sold it last Friday, and they managed to buy it before the email blast even went out. For the record, I do these videos around midnight, Thursday into Friday. My system puts them live on the YouTube roughly within the next hour, something like that. So there's about a 12, 14-hour gap between the time that the listings go live and the email blast goes out. And I don't normally anticipate most people to be that observant or that on top of things, but last week Thomas and Carolyn were. So 2 points for them. And for all of you who emailed and called about the Socorro property, I've got another 5-acre in Socorro, only one. It should be coming soon. I don't know. Right now it's tied up in title and escrow. So if they manage to get off their ass, and get the thing insured, maybe we'll have it on the website sometime in 2020. Who knows? Cross your fingers. Don't hold your breath. Also want to thank all the new subscribers to the channel this past week. There's about 50 of you. I can't see most of you, but Image K, Co2, William V, Aldrin 31 Abel, James L, Liddy LB, Rico WS, and Shy, Hush Hush, Eye to Eye. That's not actually the name, it's just Shy. But I want to throw in some Kaja Gugu lyrics because I like to date myself as much as possible. I like to sound as old as possible when I reference music. So next week we'll do some vaudeville lyrics. Anywho, thank you to all of them. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys find something that you're looking for, as well as all of you who I can't see. Anywho. With all that said, we have an interesting conundrum going on, which is that we've got a whole bunch of properties in title escrow that we can't get out, number one. Number two, the ones that are out, we can't get photographed for various reasons. One of them being my Hawaii photographer is now quarantined. So, with all that said, we have only one new property going live on the website this week. That property is in Hidalgo County. Down in the boot heel of the state, bordering Arizona in the west and Mexico in the south, this new property is HGNM 2059, located in the Anamas Acres subdivision. This is 2.16 acres, nice little residential lot, priced at $8,000, and as you can see from our unimaginative headline, power at the lot line, and again, Hidalgo County has no county zoning laws. As you can imagine, I will have a video of me prattling on about this property at length up on the website tonight and on the YouTube. Feel free to watch that, learn more. Let's go over the bullet points, though. This property is located in the town of Anamas. Hang on, guys. Here's Anamas. Here's the local high school, the local local post office, the local church is over here, too. Boot Heel Grocery is right here. Fire department's right here. And here's the land. And there's not much else to speak of. It's a rural area. A lot of privacy. We'll do one of those. Anyway, so Rodeo's fairly close over here. Lordsburg's about 30 minutes to the north. And Hachita, here comes my regular joke, Hachita, Gesundheit, is just about 20 minutes to the east. Anyway, this specific property is desirable, I believe, because you've got a nice little residential lot out here. It's got power at the lot line. You've got commercial power lines going through it here, but you've also got residential power lines on the back end. Very well-maintained roads. I'll bring up the photo gallery in just a second. And it's in a nice little residential area. If you pull back here, what you can see is you've got some people living out here. And let's go to the photo gallery. Photos are very nice, by the way. He had some really good clouds that day. Anyway, so here are the roads. Any type of vehicle is going to be able to access this property, number one. Number two, Hidalgo is, I find, probably one of the prettiest parts of the state, certainly in the southern portion of New Mexico. And I think you'll see this with the mountain views that you have out here with the skies, et cetera, et cetera. It should be mentioned, of course, the land is very flat. You can see there are people out here who have mobile homes that are parked on the land. Some of them have permanent foundations, some of them do not. Point being, because of the lack of zoning restrictions, you're going to be able to do whatever you want out here. So for those of you who do want to live out of a mobile, a modular home, a tiny home, a shipping container home, all of that is going to be something certainly that you can do out there. Even RV living, even indiscriminate, camping out of an RV is something you could do in Hidalgo County. It should be noted, Hidalgo is one of these places. They don't have a county-wide zoning ordinance. They defer to the cities, the municipalities within the county. So maybe Lordsburg might have some rule about how much livestock you can keep on a property, but for the most part, they don't. They also defer to the covenants. This property, however, in the Anamas Acres subdivision has no covenants. and no restrictions. Ergo, you'll see things like this. People with a whole bunch of cars parked on their lots, semi-truck. Who knows if they're operational? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case, you kind of make this trade-off with these sorts of properties for, what you lose in, let's say, property value, you gain in sort of independence and freedom of what you can do on the property. Here are some drone shots of the land. You can see there's some livestock out here, some horses that are fenced in over here. So most likely there are very few restrictions on livestock in this area. Also want to point out the neighbor has a well on their property right here. I actually talk about this a little bit more in the video. Point being, when I see a residential area like this with this many people living out here and I see an active well on the neighboring property, that tells me that the water table is fairly accessible. Should not be, degree of difficulty should be minimal in getting a well installed on the property. Drilling down water table should be fairly accessible, etc. So you got power with the lot line, you've got easily accessible water table, and no zoning laws. So this should be this should appeal to more than one of you, I'm quite certain. By the by, I just want to point out the property also sits on the western end of the subdivision, and what's nice about that is that nobody's going to build right here. This is all private land, or excuse me, this is all public land. This is private land. The road separates both. So point being, the views that you buy today, the views of these gorgeous mountains out here, I'm not sure if these are the Pyramid Mountains or the Animas Mountains. I don't know where one ends and the other begins. But the views that you buy today, as far as these mountains and these beautiful sunsets that you're going to get out here, will not be obstructed, certainly not anytime soon, by somebody coming out here and building some eyesore monstrosity on the other side of the street. Being at the western end of the subdivision gives you that advantage. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, with all that said, guys, as noted, only one new property this week. We will have more next week, I promise, and we're trying desperately to get things out of escrow, and we're also trying desperately to get things photographed. So stay tuned, more to come. Hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody's staying quarantined this past week. Hopefully this nightmare goes away soon, and the world can go back to normal. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.